yes, we are back on another video. I'm about to go to the gym. Got a few errands to run, and some work to do. I was just literally sitting on the couch, just thinking in my head, like, I feel like one of the main things we all struggle with is transitioning, right? Finding a moment to transition into the next part of yourself and who you're becoming, because change is inevitable, right? We're constantly changing and becoming new humans every single day. Actually, every 11 months. It's an actual scientific fact that our body and our cells change, and we have a new body every 11 months. Fun fact. But yeah, I'm just sitting down kind of like reflecting and trying to understand, there's so much information in the world, right? And with us having that transition and with all this information, it can get overwhelming, especially if that transition has anything to do with starting a business or, discovering something as complex as, meditation or, bringing more peace or whatever it is. Create a plan and stick to that plan for as long as you can. Right? So if you are discovering yourself, right? If you are someone who's discovering yourself in terms of like, you want to find more peace in your life, you want to be more confident, like, do your research, figure out a plan that works for you and that you're excited about for at least, 6 months, half a year. And if it works and you see some results, continue with it. If not, then, find something else. Or if you're starting as an entrepreneur, you're starting like a side hustle or business, try it for 6 months and stick with it and don't change it. Because the problem with all this information and all these distractions, that you're constantly going to get something new every single day, especially if you're on social media, especially if you're outside, especially if you're in a work environment where everyone has all kinds of ideas. You're going to be getting all kinds of different things every single day, all types of inspirations and whatnot. But if you keep changing them out and keep changing the plan, you're just going to end up right back in the same cycle. The same cycle of distrusting yourself, doubting yourself, not being confident because you think that, you can't do it. But in all reality is that you're just overstimulated. You're getting too much information and you keep changing out the plan. So I just hope that helps. As I make these videos in this content, I really want to inspire people in a different way, right? Because with me being an athlete, I had to make a certain transition in my life, with understanding like, hey, I want to start a business. And I also want to bring my athleticism into my business, right? So, and it's tough, because I'm somebody I wouldn't say that I'm easily inspired. I would say that with something really cool, you can grab my attention because I think life is beautiful. I pay attention to the details and I look at things and I study them. I'm just like, let me study this now. Let me go and study that as well. Like, it's a lot of information that comes in front of me, and I'm just someone who loves life so much that I feel like, I just want to have it all, So, and I don't know if some of you guys are similar to, what I experienced, but like I said, just from reflecting and understanding who I am, it's given me a great starting point and, an extension as to what I should be doing. And it's really being right here in this moment with you guys and creating content and just putting it out there, being vulnerable like this and, understanding myself better with creating content like this, Yeah, by the way, get this working. Today is shoulders, back, and some cardio. Cardio. But we gotta get it in. So let's get to it. Coffee spots. They have really good quality coffee. Some of the best I've ever had. That's their main focus. They also sell like pastries and stuff like that. They have all different kinds of coffee beans, from Guatemalan to Africa to Venezuela to you name it. All the popular beans, they got them. They got them beans. Jack Beanstalk is over there growing his beans in the coffee land. But yeah, and I decided to treat myself because the workout was great. I've also been lately stayed in the house, working and not really going anywhere, unless like Bay is home, like we'll go out to eat and stuff like that. But I realized that I stopped taking myself out and stuff like that, obviously because I quit my job and whatever. And just kind of the mindset of this, almost like this survival mentality, because I don't have any income coming in. I also didn't receive any clients yet pertaining to the meal prep catering business. So I'm finding that my mindset is kind of like altering and changing. Obviously it has to adapt. That's what the brain does. But I don't want to completely take all those things away, because at the end of the day, it's all about the mindset. Oh my God, look at these homes, guys. These are beautiful. There are some mansions that me and Taisha go by, and they're absolutely stunning. Like, look, I can't even fucking bring out the words to describe these homes, but they're I'm pretty sure million and billionaires live there in that neighborhood. Maybe we'll go by at some point in one of my videos, because you guys have to see them. Like, you have to see them. So we did, we're doing the same thing that we did to obtain our apartment now, which is we've been going to those houses for I want to say 3-4 years now, but we're not ready for a house just yet. which is why, you know, we manifest the apartment and whatnot. But we do know that is our end goal. Like, we want like a big house to share with our family, because that's essentially our one of our main goals too, is that we want to have all of our family kind of live together. One in the East Wing, one in the West Wing, those type of things. You know, I'm a family person, she is too, and if we could all live together, it's like, you know, why not? In a big mansion, why not? Big goal. And then by that time, y'all probably fucking remember, I'm gonna have a TV show on this motherfucker, because our families are nuts. But they also have two completely different views on life, and it'll just be interesting to see like the dynamic between the two, and it's gonna be funny. Maybe that might like switch over to that type of theme of a YouTube, whatever. Anyways, literally 2 minutes away from the coffee shop. Ooh, Sweet Green's got a chicken chipotle pepper bowl, although I was not fascinated with that bowl at all when I had it, so I'm not gonna have it now. Back and forth, move my body back and forth, move my body, move my body, move my body, move my body. Yes, sir. So I got me the Voodoo, which is a chicory blend with some espresso. And I've been really diving deep into the chicory root. It's better for your body in terms of like, you know, being overly caffeinated. Chicory is an alternative for caffeine. It doesn't have any caffeine in it. It's also super alkaline. It's also, it's a root. So it deals perfectly with people who have like caffeine sensitive issues. And now we are chilling like a villain. But what I do want to leave you with is this. Let me set myself up, because I'm probably going to rant. Just gotta know who you are. But you know, from the earlier conversation that I had with you guys about like, you know, there being so much information in the world, and just trying to figure out from the distractions what to take from that information. You know, during my drive of going to get coffee and my workout, here's really the summary of it. Take a little bit from everybody, right? Everything that you learn, everything that you experience, take a little bit from each and every person, right? And make it your own, right? Add your own personal touch to it as well, right? A lot of times we try to take one blueprint and follow it to the T, but a lot of times it doesn't fit in and align with the person that we are. So that's why we get frustrated, because it's like, this isn't working, but it isn't working because this person created that blueprint for themselves. And usually successful people leave clues. Successful people leave clues, but they do not tell you to copy the blueprint verbatim. They're telling you to use the blueprint, use it, and align it with who you are, right? Don't try to copy every single aspect of what it is that they've done. Create your own dynamic around it, right? So one example would be this, right? I promise this is the last thing. One example was manifestation, right? And manifestation is spoken about in two different ways. Well, from what I'm learning, right? And one way is that manifestation happens by you doing the action, and then making sure you put yourself in that environment. You make sure you're doing the actions that are equivalent to your manifestation, so that your body and your mind can start to experience and you know, collab and create matter, create your manifestation into matter, right? And then there's another concept where this is the one that's kind of scary to me, and I'm just, you know, reading from Becoming Supernatural, is that he is explaining that. So here's the thing. I don't want to go too deep into the concept because I'm not a neurologist. So the terminology behind it is very very complex. So any word that I say within this category of neuroscience will probably need to be broken down. So I'm going to try to simplify this in the most simplest terms that I can. So when you manifest and you meditate, right? You meditate and you manifest within your meditation. What you're doing is creating an electromagnetic field around your body through your heart, right? And up into that third eye, so there's science, and back, see, this is the thing I'm talking about with going into detail about everything. So I really would encourage you guys to read the book for yourselves, but I'm going to try to explain this the best way I can. You create an electromagnetic field around your entire body, which is sending signals to the universe of what it is that you want, right? In the most simplest terms, after you send signals through your heart, through your third eye, through those frequencies that your body has, and which it does, like I said, there's a lot of backed research on this stuff. You do nothing, right? So you do no action requiring the introduction of your manifestation, right? So after you meditate every single day, right, and you make sure that you put yourself in the state and the feeling, and that is a major and very important concept of manifestation. You conjure up these feelings as if you already have them. But the part that kind of is hard, is really, I'm trying to digest, is the nothing part. That shit is crazy. So I've been doing that for a couple of days. Super depressing. But not super depressing. It's not who I am, right? It doesn't align with the person that I want to be. I'm an active, ambitious, go-getting ass motherfucker. So for someone or something to tell me, hey, don't do shit, manifest by sitting your ass down and being in a feeling, that is hard. It's a hard pill for me to swallow. It really is. It's honestly the first time I'm ever hearing something like this, right? So like I said, I've tried it for a few days. Was it long enough to see what will happen? Probably not. But time is money. So what I'd rather do is, like I said, a lot of information in the world. I'd rather take that and take some of his, right, which I do. I purchased his meditation soundtrack. Very helpful. I've reached a meditation state where, a place I've never gotten to, and that put me in a mindset, in an introduction to what he's trying to, facilitate within his operation. You get what I'm saying? So the moral of this, guys, is that take a little bit from everybody. It doesn't have to be the entire thing. It doesn't have to be the exact blueprint. You get what I'm saying? So take what works for you. Put your own blueprint together, so that way when you make your own blueprint, you're giving it to the next person, and then that next person is taking your blueprint and following that, because every single blueprint is slightly different. People may not be reinventing the wheel, unless they are, with electric cars and all this other stuff. But majority of the people they're not reinventing the wheel. They're taking blueprints from other successful people and they're making it into their own. So that's really the moral of it. Sorry it took me so long to get there. But yeah, I hope that was helpful. All right, guys. Per usual, please subscribe, please like, please comment. Your feedback is appreciated. It is absorbed, and I take it very, very seriously, because I'm always looking for new content to create, and just, for us to connect. I feel like in this life, what's the point of creating any inspirational content or value into the world if you're not gonna connect? I feel like that's the main reason of trying to create and put value into the world. So that you experience it, and then you put it out, and then you're seeing who connects with it, connections. But yeah, like, subscribe, love. If there's a love button there, love it. Or put a heart in the comments. I'm leaving now. Bye.